you can't get your freedom. I am here to tell you that we are going to get our freedom, and we are going to do everything possible for this particular freedom to be achieved. And I'm going to share with you the story of Israel, which everybody knows about Israel, but many people do not know what Israel went through. And I will start with a man called Theodor Herzl. The Theodor Herzl was, should I say, a founder of the Zionist movement. Herzl was an Austro-Hungarian Jewish. He was a journalist, a lawyer, writer, and a political activist who was the father of the modern political Zionism. Many people are only hearing Israel, Israel, but they don't know what actually transpired that led to Israel becoming an independent state. Herzl formed the Zionist organization and promoted Jewish immigration to Palestine in an effort to form a Jewish state. Today, there is a Jewish state called Israel, State of Israel. Due to his Zionist work, he is known in the Hebrew Kozel, the visionary of the state. He is specifically mentioned even in the Declaration of Israel Independence. This man was mentioned and is officially referred to as the spiritual father of the Jewish state. It is very important that our people, both especially the gullible ones, understand that your gullibility cannot stop the liberation of Biafra this year. Herzl was born in Pest, Kingdom of Hungary, to a prosperous Neo-Jewish family. After a brief legal career in Vienna, he became the Paris correspondent of the Viennese newspaper. He confronted the anti-Semitic event in Vienna. I hope you understand what anti-Semitism means. He reached the conclusion that anti-Jewish sentiment would make Jewish assimilation impossible. This man single-handedly stood up because of the anti-Jewish activities across the world. He stood up, one man, and in 1896, Herzl published the pamphlet, The Judenstaat, in which he elaborated his vision for a Jewish homeland. Because of the attack, the anti-Jewish anti-Semitism, he had a vision. His ideas attracted international attention and rapidly established Herzl as major figure in the Jewish world. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Are you seeing some similarity in what we are doing today, the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the rise of Simon Ekpa and the Biafra government in exile? In 1897, Herzl convened what we call the First Zionist Congress in Basel. First ever. My fellow Biafrans, do you see some similarity? In 2023, we had the first ever Biafra convention in Finland. First ever in the history of our freedom fight. This man convened the first ever Zionist Congress in Basel, Switzerland. In Switzerland, and was elected the president of the Zionist organization. He began a series of diplomatic initiatives. I am talking about 18-something. When Usman Dan Fodio was conquering the northern Nigeria, when Usman Dan Fodio was killing the Hausas, this man was busy having a vision for a Jewish state of Israel. And then he began the diplomatic initiative to build support for Jewish state. I am telling you that we will not land anywhere, but that was a vision. That was a vision, and they pursued the vision. Some people who don't know anything how the world works will be telling you today, who is the government, which government is supporting you, which state is supporting you, how can somebody support you when you are showing that you are an idiot? How can somebody support you when you are dependent on people and you have not thinking of your own? How can people support you when you have shown to be a slave to ordinary nomadic people who don't know what is civilization? But today, we have changed the narrative. Now they understand we are not slave nomadic. Now they understand there must be a need to support the liberation and the freedom of Biafra. Now they understand that people of integrity have risen up to show that Biafra has people of integrity and standard. He began a series of diplomatic initiatives to build support for Jewish state, appealing unsuccessfully to German emperor. He appealed to German emperor, was not successful. And Ottoman Sultan appealed to all these people, was unsuccessful. At the 6th Zionist Congress in 1903, they have had the first one, the second one, the third one, and the 6th one in 1903. Hazel presented the Uganda scheme. He even went as far as trying to build the state of Jewish state in Uganda of today. Are you aware of that? Are you aware that Israel had a vision to establish a state in Uganda? Present-day Uganda. That is people, I don't know how many of you, and of course, the gullible ones who are looking at what we're doing today are stupid and whatever. I don't know how many of them are aware of this, that Israel wanted to establish a state in Uganda, present Uganda, championed by Hazel. This was endorsed by Colonial Secretary Joseph Chamberlain on behalf of the British government. The proposal, which sought to create a temporary refugee for the Jews, ultimately rejected. Hazel died. This man died at the age of 44 in 1904 and was buried in Vienna. Now, let us also go fast forward after the Hazel attempt to establish Jewish state in Uganda, which was supposed to be the temporary refugee place, because of the anti-Semitism, anti-Jewish that was on rampage all over the world, just like they are trying to annihilate Biafrans because of the light we carry. Are you surprised that what we are facing today in Nigeria is exactly what the Jewish people faced all over the world? Then, Israel Declaration of Independence. I want you people to understand that the Declaration of Independence State of Israel was signed by 38 individuals. 38 signed the document of the Declaration of State of Independence of Israel. Are you aware of that? Are you aware that it was only 38 people that signed to declare Israel as an independent state? You don't know. Now you are knowing it today. I'm explaining to you. Formally, Declaration of the Establishment of State of Israel was proclaimed on the 14th May 1948 by a man called David Ben-Gurion, the executive head of the World Zionist Organization. The Zionist organization that this Hazel founded, chairman of the Jewish Agency for Palestine, and later the first Prime Minister of Israel. It declared the establishment of a Jewish state to be known as the State of Israel, which would come into effect on termination of the British mandate. Our own British mandate terminated in 2014. That was when the British mandate terminated. When they say you have 100 years after that to decide. Nobody is talking about the agreement and how Nigeria become a country from amalgamation to the independence to fake independence to today present Nigeria. They put it under the carpet because nobody has risen up to challenge them. Nobody has risen up to question the existence of Nigeria. Until now, we are questioning it under the Biafra government in exile. And we'll question it with gun, we'll question it with bomb, we'll question it with civility, we'll question it diplomatically, and we'll question it politically. And that is the multi-dimensional approach. That thing they are avoiding to discuss, that particular existence of Nigeria or continuation of Nigeria, they have been avoiding to discuss, will be forced to discuss. They will be forced with the activities and the actions of the Biafra government in 2024. That's where we are going. That's why all these shenanigans, all this the regional government, all this nonsense you see happening are happening today. And they have not actually started hitting the point, because the point remains the continual existence of Nigeria as a country. They are not discussing it. What was the agreement of 1914? What was the agreement there of independence? What happened for after the 100 years of Nigeria? Nobody is discussing it. And we have seen Nigeria has become the worst and the evil state. A terrorist state it has become, and such state should not be allowed to stay even the next minute. That's why Biafra has decided to fight their way out. Not the type of war we fought in the 67. That was a very big lesson that we have learned. And today we are fighting differently. I am telling you, if this liberation of Biafra is going to take us the next 20 years, after the 2nd of December, we are ready for it. But let us continue so that you understand how freedom is fought. Because many of you have been in this struggle for the past 20 years. Actually, was following people who do not know what they are doing. And either they were being sabotaged, the Susan from Ambikano, who set up the indigenous people of Biafra, surrounded himself with criminals who were not actually fighting for freedom. Now, the event of the termination of the British mandate, Israel immediately wanted to declare their independence. Immediately that termination of the British mandate, on the same night, the event is celebrated annually, the declaration of Israel. Now, let me also inform you that the possibility of a Jewish homeland in Palestine has been a goal of the Zionist organization, the Zionists founded by Herzl, since the late 19th century. In 1917, British Foreign Ministry Actor Balfour stated in a letter to the British Jewish community leader Walter Lord that His Majesty government views with favor the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people, and will use the best endeavor to facilitate the achievement of this object. It's being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious right of existing non-Jewish community in Palestine, or the right and political status enjoyed by Jews in other countries. Now, they are supporting the establishment of the state of Israel. What happens to you that is yet to get support from the British government? Have you asked yourself that? Because they see that you have been conquered. Maybe you have been conquered. Maybe you don't have the balls to fight for what is your right. Maybe because you are an African and they have come to understand that all of you are idiots. But we are here to tell them that we are not idiots, actually. We're here to tell them that we are even more advanced, more brutal, getting our freedom, even like they will ever imagine. That is what this generation, the government, and the Prime Minister is trying to send, the message we're sending to the world. Our freedom is so precious that we are ready to burn Nigeria down for us to be free. Through this letter, it become known to the powerful declaration. British government policy officially endorsed Zionism. Now, without the effort of Hazel and those that follows him, will British ever take them serious? The answer is no. Will anybody ever take the state of Israel or the Jews seriously? Nobody will take them serious. But they stood up. From nowhere, a man born in Hungary family, a man born in Hungary stood up and said, I am forming the organization of Zionism. That is what led to the freedom of Israel today. That is what made Israel become one of the most powerful countries in the world. By one single man vision. And let me also inform you that this was necessary because of the violence against Jews all over the world. Just like we are facing it today in Nigeria, and solution has come through the government of Biafra. And let me also inform you that before the declaration of independent state of Israel, there was declaration draft 1, declaration draft 2, and then declaration draft 3. They have the first draft, the second draft, the third draft. I want you to understand that Biafra today, we have already the first draft and we are already in the second draft. We are not necessarily going to go to the third draft like they did, but I'm just telling you the multidimensional approach. Remember that a few days ago, I have used Finland and I have compared what Finland did and what Biafra are doing. Now I'm using Israel for you to understand that we have captured everything and it is woto. Israel had their first declaration draft. That first declaration draft was done by somebody called Berenson, Zvi Berenson, or V Berenson. One person drafted it, the declaration. The second draft was done by about 5 men. 5 men drafted the second draft of the declaration of the state of Israel. The third draft was done by 4 men. I am telling you, after that, the declaration follows, which were signed by 38 persons. Now, drafting the text, the first draft of the declaration was made by this Berenson, a legal advisor of the trade union, and later a justice of the Supreme Court, at the request of Pinchas Rosen. A revised second draft of the declaration was made by 3 lawyers, Abraham, and of course, another one, David Rames. meeting, which include David and many others, produce the final text. Today, the Biafra government have what we call the Declaration Drafting Committee. Declaration Drafting Committee, headed by Dr. Bryson Okoma. Exactly the same thing. Now, you are seeing similarity in the state, in the pathway for this freedom and independent state of Israel. You have also seen similarity and the pathway to the declaration of the independent state of Finland. You are also going to see another similarity from another country when I'm going to mention them. This is to tell you, and when you look at this pathway, they are not the same. The Finland pathway to freedom and Israel pathway to freedom is not the same, but what we are doing has similarity with Israel, with Finland. And there are many more which I'm going to tell you. What I'm using is called the multi-dimensional approach. Nigeria can never ever escape that. So we will make sure that if this fail, the other one will not fail. And if this one fails, the other one will not fail. And that's exactly what we are doing. Because Nigeria is a complex country. Because of the vested interest of the world powers, it needed a very complex solution. And we found it. We found it. We have solved the mathematics and they found X. And they don't even know that mathematics is cooling in our fridge. So what we do is we are going one after the other to take the solution, the equation, what we use to solve this mathematics and apply it to our everyday activities in the liberation of Biafra. Now, I want you also to understand that the vote of the 12th May 1945 was convened to vote on the Declaration of Independence. 3 of 13 members were absent. They had 13 members to vote, and 3 of these 13 members, they were absent, and some of them were being blocked in besieged Jerusalem. The difference today is that we are not only in exile, we are also in the homeland. We have, so when they tell you you are in exile, laugh at them. We have government in the homeland called the Biafra de facto government. When they mock you that, oh, these people are, of course, they are no longer laughing. That's why you see the increase of attack and propaganda against us, which I warned the Biafrans a few days ago. I said, there's going to be an increased propaganda in Nigerian media. Don't fall for it. And that's to see what's happening now, because they have come to realize that it's like these people are not joking. It's like these people are getting attention even in the United States. It's like these people are having, higher level meeting with the United States Congress, United States government officials, and all that. This is no longer something that we should know. That's what you see happening on social media. Don't be distracted. I am not distracted. Actually, the more this propaganda comes, the more I get energy. So it is what is giving me energy. It's their propaganda. And once that propaganda stops coming, I will manufacture something that will make them to start talking. So, what am I saying? The meeting started at about 13:45 in the afternoon and ended midnight. Decision to declare the independent state of Israel. Now, the decision was between accepting the American proposal for truce, which means at this point, there was already there was already fighting between Israel and whoever that hates them. And America was pressuring Israel for truce, while Israel is contemplating declaring their independence or accepting the pressure coming from America for a truce. And if they had accepted America for a truce, Israel would not be an independent state. Today, I want you to listen attentively. America was telling Israel, making a proposal for a truce. Israel was discussing between declaring their independence or listening to America. So they decided not to listen to America. The later option was put to a vote with 6 of the 10 members present supporting it. So out of the 13 persons that should be voting, 3 was absent. Out of that 3 that was absent, it remained only 10 persons. So now that 10% now decided to vote whether to declare Israel as a state, independent state, or to agree on America's proposal for a truce. So they put it to vote. Now 6% voted to declare independence of Israel. 4% voted not to declare, to follow America. Are you listening to me? How many? 4 versus 6. Only 2% made the difference. What you see Israel become today. So when you are talking about Biafra, or people are telling you don't do this, don't listen to them. 1 person can make a difference. 1 person. Now, I am telling you this history so that you will now compare what we are doing, where we are today just within 2 years. And you see that what we are doing is divine. When God said the time has come, even if you call Simon Ekpa a witch, the witch will possess me and deal with you. And I will accept the witch to possess me. Some of them say I'm a witch. I agree. And I accept it. And you know what witch can do. Now, 6 persons voted for the declaration. 4 persons voted against it. And their names are there for everybody in Israel to see who were against the declaration and who actually voted for it. So which of the side of history are you supporting today? Which side of the history? Are you for Biafra or are you against for Biafra? Are we going to remember you as those who fought Simon Ekpa? At the end of the day, when you see 24-hour electricity, we will be looking at your name somewhere in the history book. Which side of the history are you going to be part of? Are you going to be part of those that their names will be written and their signature will be on the Declaration of Biafra document in Finland 2024? Because this history we are doing from 2023 Biafra Convention, first ever, they never believed that actually you can have convention in exile. We did it. They didn't believe they say you are paying money to come to Finland. You came to Finland, we had many declarations, including the Helsinki Declaration document, which is the Biafra Charter. We had the Helsinki Ambazonia Declaration, which is the alliance between Biafra and Ambazonia. All those things are going to come later on in the history book. And people are going to study how we outsmarted the most ruthless and the terrorist country in Africa. Now, those who voted for the Declaration of Independence of Israel, now, after that, they now went into final wording of the declaration. The draft text was submitted for approval to the meeting of the Motez in Tel Aviv on 14th May. The meeting started again around 1:50 in the afternoon and ended 3 o'clock, an hour before the declaration was due to be made. Despite ongoing disagreement, members of the council anonymously voted in favor of the final text of the declaration. During the process, there were 2 major debates countering on issues of border and religion. I want you to understand that the state of Israel, when they were debating about their border and religion, they decided to omit anything border. Do you understand? Israel declaration did not have a border. They don't know the map of Israel, of the state of Israel. But Biafra today, we have our map defined. Subject to whoever that want to dispute it, subject to the most widely accepted democratic system, which is referendum, which we have already conducted. So today, Biafra has a map, Biafra has state structure, Biafra has every government institution put in place. But Israel declaration don't have a map. Israel don't have a map. And they decided to declare independent without map. And they said the UN can now decide what the map are, what the map will be. I am telling you, this is something that you need to understand how freedom is being fought. You don't allow people to ride you. The borders were not specified in the declaration, although its 14th paragraph indicated the willingness to cooperate in the implementation of the UN partition plan. The original draft have declared that the borders will be decided by the United Nations partition plan. While it was supported by some people, it was opposed by another and some other people within the Israel cabinet there. We accepted the UN resolution, but the Arab did not. They are preparing to make a war on us if we defeat them and capture Western Galilee and territory on both sides of the road of Jerusalem. This area will become part of the state. Are you listening? So many things were not defined by the state of Israel during their declaration. Today, we have met every requirement. We have done more than any country in the world before or pre-declaration period. We have met the statehood. We have met the categories to be recognized according to the Montevideo Convention on Statehood. We overqualified. We have built our own defense forces. We have our own liberation army. We have state to state, 40 state of United States of Biafra. We have administrators, state executive council running each state. We have also developed the state structure as we are adopting the confederating state of Biafra, and it's going to be a confederation state. So everybody should understand that do not listen to what Nigeria is trying to sell to you. that it is undoable. Do not listen when they say, oh, they are just in exile. We are not in exile. We control them. We control the territory of Biafra. We are not in exile. We are also in the homeland, controlling our territory, making sure that we delegitimize Nigeria as fast as possible. Today, nobody will carry gun and work freely under Nigeria. You'll be gunned down. And if you succeed, even if you are working, carrying gun as a Nigerian, you'll be looking left and right. You're not going to have peace. And we will never give them peace until they withdraw from our land. Our main objective and aim today is to make sure that Nigeria withdraw their terrorists they call army, the terrorists they call police, the terrorists they call air force that are coming to bombard innocent people in Biafra land. That is our target. And this target must be met. After December, we must make sure that we have nothing else to do other than neutralizing the presence of Nigeria in our land, including attacking the presence, their offices, because this is where they stay and plan and execute the attack on Biafra people, the terrorism against us, against our women and children. Those offices, barracks, must not be allowed to stay under Nigeria in Biafra territory. And that's the next thing we are going. So, 2nd of December is a day that the beginning of the end of Nigeria within our territory will start. My people, do not allow anybody to dictate to you that what we are doing now have not been done before. We don't need them to have been done before. We develop the system that works for us. We develop the way we are going to live Nigeria. And it is only us that this particular system and approach is going to work for. Nobody else. Because nobody else have been subjected to the manner of system that we have subjected to in Nigeria. My brothers and sisters of Biafra, rejoice! The days ahead will be light, and Nigeria will know that those people they killed in the 60s have possessed all of us. And when we don't have answers to many questions, they give the answers to us. That's why they can never understand what is happening until the end of this road. I am standing very strong, and the Biafra will be declared in this country, and we are going to defend it with our guns. We are going to defend it with our men that are very gallantly waiting for a day that the show will begin. I welcome you in Australia. Those of you listening to me in Australia, remember the most important thing we have now is the support from the IOU, from the fundraising, until those people who are hiding somewhere thinking that we are joking, that this is not actually a joke. You needed to come out to do more than the Israel did. And in the next 10 years, those who are mocking us today will be put to shame. People in Australia, remember that what you are doing today are making a history that will never ever be forgotten. As I was reading and mentioning names of people who made the Israel independence possible, you are also making the same history for yourself, because your names will be mentioned, just like when we begin to talk about those who supported this liberation of Biafra from Australia, we'll begin to mention your names. Your names will come one way or the other in the Biafra document. It can never be wiped away from the surface of the earth. We will write how we visited state to state, country to country, soliciting for funds, and they were laughing at us. They will tell you how Simon Ekpa was so stubborn and didn't listen to anybody. And from nowhere.
Okay, guys, welcome back to my channel.
From nowhere. They were calling him that smart.
Excuse me.
But today, look at.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on time zone. Welcome back to our channel. Please, if you're new, subscribe, okay? And this morning broadcast, I'm not going to waste much time. I just love to allow PM to finish. You know, this broadcast is what he made yesterday when he visited Australia, and you can hear the information on informative address he made there. Very, very educative. People who don't know anything about freedom are learning. Okay, most of us don't even know all these things, and the way he's bringing it out, he's bringing it out at the right time. My greetings go to some of you that made a comment earlier, and Sonny, I see you. Armstrong, our brother, you are welcome. Good morning to you, or good afternoon. I don't know your time there, or it should be evening, if I'm not mistaken. Then Esther, I see you. Thank you for your comment, and I read the best. My brother, how's life? Nice to have you. Happy New Week to you all. So, we are going straight to the issue at hand, which is the coming 1 month sit at home. Okay. Oh, 11 p.m. Wow. So we are going straight to the coming of 1 month sit at home in Biafra land, and this sit at home, we not sit at home per se, is lockdown because it's draft only for government offices, which means businesses and every other thing will be on. Okay, everything will be ongoing and people will still have their businesses intact and all that. But issue of government, or if you are a civil servant in different land, I want you to think twice. I don't know if I'm going to show you this video because I wouldn't want any video that will bring problem to this channel or this platform. Maybe I'll just play only. No, the video have some gunshots. I don't need that as well. Let me show you the picture. I will flash it just for a while. This should be a lesson. If you are police, army, or you are civil servant in different lands, you are working in the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of what have you. This video should be a lesson to you. Okay? Your salary is nothing to compare your life. What am I trying to tell you? As the lockdown comes, please, whether you love Biafra freedom, whether you like Simon Ekpa, whether you hate him, whether you like Nigeria to be one unified, solid country, whether you like Nigeria to be decimated, your life should come first. If you come out, don't blame anybody. This is not about propaganda. Some people that are stubborn today, wearing police and army uniform, standing on checkpoint in Biafra land. When PM, if you go to PM post in Twitter, you see he always said that the terrorists are kissing dust. I don't want you to kiss floor in your office. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't want to kiss dust. Maybe cement or tiles in your office. I don't know what you have in your office, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Do not allow yourself to test how deep the ocean is. Don't do that. If sit at home or lockdown comes, whether your government or your governor threaten you that you are going to lose your salary, your job, tell the government, no problem. It is better you lose your job and leave. There's many things that will keep you going. Yes, it may be difficult, but life comes at first. There's nothing you can compare with your life. Once you're gone, you are gone. And that is what I'm trying to tell you. Now, despite all the approach, despite all the information going out, for people not to come out as a police or army, standing on the road in Biafra land, doing one or two things, people are still doing strong head. This video you are seeing here, okay, happened just yesterday in Enugu State. And the police officers, those police people that are doing road checkpoint, collecting money, somehow, the reason why I blame them just for one thing, those police and army collecting money in the street of Biafra land. Why I blame them is that they're not doing it in all the components that make up Nigeria today. They only single-handedly choose Southeast because that is where anything can go and no problem. Had it been that doing it in every other state, then it's okay. Maybe you will be saying what you are saying, though. Tell them, okay, since you are good at that, go to other states and do it. But why they use Southeast as a testing ground is because that is where they consider as a conquered territory. And that's where they think that people that come from this region are business people. They cannot do business without making use of the road. Do you understand? So it's either your goods are on the road or you yourself on the road. You must. I'm not saying that other people don't make use of it, but Southeast is more active. In fact, even other states that are active is because of Southeasterners, Igbo people doing business in their territory. That's why it is very, very active. Instead, like in Lagos, even Abuja, pull Igbo people from Abuja and see. Tell me how Abuja will look. You will see how Abuja will look so dry. Very, very. I've been in Lagos in Christmas season, and I know how Lagos looks. You can do anything on the street of Lagos once Igbo people travel back east for Christmas. You will wonder, is it this Lagos? Lagos will be like IDP camp, very dry in terms of no activities going on. It will be stranded. Back to what I was trying to tell you. If you are working as a government or a civil servant in Biafra land, this coming lockdown, as Armstrong have corrected me on that, he said that look down with the heat of zoo. Okay. Now I understand what I'm saying. they always look down, and you said lockdown will hit the zoo very hard. It will hit them very hard. Not only that, it will also bring an end to stubborn fools, fools. If you think that you know you can do anything because it's this Biafra of a thing. Let me listen to this video before I play it. Let me listen to it before I play it, because I don't want to hear gunshots. So I don't want to hear any gunshots. That's why I'm trying to listen to it before I will not play, because there's something these people said on this video that I want you to listen, which is they were mentioning the name of one of the officers they know. Like maybe there is their friend. They said that the guy was here. They called him Victor. That he was here just few moments ago. Oh, you know, God, please don't allow Victor to be here. Oh, God. But the message is out every now and then. How much are you making? How much are you making from this your work that warrant you to risk your life? You know, these security agents and Nigerian army and all that in different land today, they know what they're doing. It's not as if people are accusing them, blackmailing them. A lot of information about them is out, and people have confirmed many times that this is what they're doing. And proof that then when PM and different government in Nigeria said, okay, enough is enough, everybody must pack their load and go. No more your presence in our land, no more your presence on our street. Deploy them. It's not as if anybody take them unaware. Demanded, but out of stubbornness, they will tell you, DPO will be in office, telling you, you guys should go. Mumu, when you get there, if anything happens to you, oh my God, oh Jesus. Jesus cannot hold you on your waist when you want to go out. Oh Jesus. Sometimes you need to use your brain. Now, thank God there's no gunshot on that. I think I'm done with the video. Now, let's listen.
Jesus, hey, Aqua Station now, yo. Hey, Aqua Station now, Jesus. Yeah, I'm Four Corners Express.
Four Corners is in Enugu State.
Hey, Jesus, blood. Jesus. Hey, they go station now down. Station down. Police. Hey, and now but police go. Hey, I know I'm not police. I'm not police. Hey, I'm not police. Hey, hallelujah. Hey. Jesus. Hey, I'm going to open a Victor now. Hey.
Now he's remembering his friend, and you hear him saying that now Victor Mantoleba, and you know that you are not allowed to mount them. Listen.
Hey, I'm going to open a Victor now. Hey, Jesus. Hey, I'm going to open a Victor now. Hey, I'm going to open a Victor I go one guy out police for bread. Hey, Jesus.
This is why when they tell you in the church, but doesn't the government they might go away another. It's not only police. Let me. Why I'm saying one is sending you this message because some people say, "How dare? Why are you warning people? Who are you? You don't. I'm not warning you. I'm advising you. Warning is when I have power to do something. I don't have any power to do anything. But judging by what is playing out and what the order that Biafran Prime Minister have gave, he gave Biafran Liberation Army command to enforce the coming 1 month sit at home of federal government or state government offices in the whole Biafran territory. So after listening to that, then you in the month maybe Tuesday or Monday, because some of you have accepted the fact that Monday is at home. So because you were doing strong head until some of you tasted it, some of you have seen it, so it's no longer a news. Monday is at home. So now I'm not going to talk about Monday. Now from Tuesday, once the 1 month, you need to debate 1 month. If I were you, I would tell you to pack your luggage from government service, civil servant, and start looking for something else to do. Because after that 1 month, if the federal government and state government refuse to do what the France are required, it will continue to be like that. So it is time for you to call your work off. You can venture in many other things. We have many lands in our places. You can start farming. You can also use your own, the money that you have saved, if you have, and start up just business for yourself. It is better. Even if you are not making up the amount that you normally make as your salary, it is better. Or you don't be a member shop piano. If you are no longer here, you understand that it is better to be alive and manage your life the way it is than risking your life for something like what our brother said here. Armstrong said that risking your life for the zoo is not worth it. Zoo, for some of you that maybe are not conversant with the word zoo, Nigeria. So be careful. And it's like I said, it's not about I don't love. You are not. PM did not say if you love me. No, if you love me, it don't come out. The message is the order has been given and the boundary has been stated, which is Biafran territory, and you yourself know where is Biafran's territory. Many people that are kissing dust in the world of PM now, in their checkpoints, if you give them second chance, they will pull off their uniform and deny not to be a police officer at all. You just wake up and start and think that, okay, let me just go work. And when you are going work, your wife will think that you are going to office. You are mounting roadblock. And that roadblock have not helped anybody. Instead, it facilitates a lot of crimes, which Biafran have been complaining. The women organization, that women wing that complain to federal government, begging them to pull out security agencies in our land, they made it clear that people that are facing issue on the streets of Biafra are basically the vulnerable people. We market women, and police and army are not doing anything. Instead, their only focus is on how to escort money, how to make and suck money, how to do, that kind of thing. And that is why you need to advise yourself that you cannot continue that way. You cannot continue that way. My own is to tell you the truth. Okay? You have the final say. Like I said, I'm not threatening anybody. I'm only advising you, please safeguard your life by making sure that you do not allow yourself to be used by politicians and governors, telling you that if you don't come to work, you are going to lose your work, you are going to your salary. Anybody that is dead, you don't remember anything. You don't remember anything, and you don't even know where your office is. You'll be just moving around in the spirit, like we that are like the living is always, presume that dead people move around like that. You understand? So do not allow yourself to go for no just reason. Even if you don't like what I'm saying, consider what our brother Armstrong said on the comment section. That risking your life for the zoo is not worth it. Think about it. It's a short word, but it has a lot of meaning. Okay, it has a lot of meaning. This message that our brother put here on the comment section has just imagine your life and what is what I don't want to with the entity called Nigeria. All right, you cannot compare the two. Do you know the crime that Nigerians commit on a daily basis? Nigerians are an entity. I'm not saying Nigerians. I'm talking about the corrupt, organized crime group called State of Nigeria. Because everything about them is manipulation, lies. Nobody is happy. Even the Northerners, an average Northerners, are going through hell. The only people that is happy about the creation of Nigeria and those who claim they are in the power. Is it Yorubas that are happy? No. If they can tell us, they tell themselves the truth, they know that they're not happy. Even now that their brother is in power, they are still complaining because Nigeria is designed to make everything that comes from that place to complain. You have to complain. And you are complaining because it is normal to them. They don't care. They don't care at all. So think about it and advise yourself. So and you the motor bus also to avoid hearing the sound. I am not going to play it again because once the sound comes in the video, the owner of the platform they will be questioning you, thinking that you are promoting violence. Like what I'm telling you now, I'm just telling you, advising you on what you need to do to safeguard your life. Nothing more. I'm not telling you should go and kill anybody. I'm not saying you should support evil. I'm not saying you should be this and be that. Your choice is your choice. Your life is your life. That I'm telling you don't do this, it does not mean that if you do it, I will personally come out against you. No. It is between you and Biafran government. So not me. Don't bring me to your dirty plan that you want to, this Biafran. It's up to you. But use your brain sometimes, not your imaginary delusional mindset that you want this to be this way. Like I've seen many comments against PM, people calling for his head and all that. But the message is not getting clear to them. Some of them are not picking the information one by one. That's why they are crying every now and then. Maybe I will do a separate program on that because we are about to close. I'm trying to round up the program because this is a morning session, so we are not going to spend much time on that. Even though you have spent a lot of time, this is 48 minutes to in this program, in this live broadcast. I don't want you to go beyond that. I want you to at least let it get to maximum level, then we can end it. The message is coming 1 month. This 1 month lockdown that is coming very, very soon. PM and Biafran government in exile, we make an announcement on that. So we are waiting on that. But I'm telling you, do not allow yourself to be used. Because you say, okay, you're working in a secretariat. Oh, I'm working once I lose my job, how will I take care of my child? But then you forgot to ask yourself, once you die, how will you take care of your children? Now the argument is, if I lose my job, how will I take care of my children? How will I take care of my family? But you forgot to ask yourself, if you die, who will take care of them? It is not easy for you to cut off your children that are maybe they are very young, maybe 8, 9, 10 years. Even if they are 20 years, they're still struggling in life because the environment did not permit anybody to work. So if you are not here, who is going to take care of them? That is what you should be going through your mind, not my work. Because once you lose that your work, God will also connect you to another thing. But if you die, God cannot do anything to bring you back because you have a provision for dead people. So these are things you need to consider. Like I said, do not joke with it, and you have to join PM, follow Biafran Prime Minister on S handle, follow the instruction going on because it is no longer business as usual. You may think, oh, my brother is working in Air Force. Oh, I have uncle that are working with DSS. If you do anyhow, you see anyhow. That time has come and gone. It's no longer business as usual. That people that you are hoping on, they are actually looking for somebody to help them. Do you understand it? Because the owner of the land have risen. They want Biafran land to be controlled peacefully, and they want things to look differently. They want things to be the way it should be. It's not as if they are committing crime. There's no crime here. It is you who are doing strong head, are committing evil, to be honest. And that's why I'm telling you, do not allow yourself to be used by politicians who will not even allow their children to be in Nigeria, let alone coming out on the street to test how deep ocean is. Their own children, their wife, You can see them on the road. Even the governor, when they want to come out, have you checked how many security agents that follow them around? Simply means that those ones will die before it will hit the governor. So you that are moving without even anybody, you don't even hold knife to protect yourself. You don't even hold anything. So why are you allowing yourself to be used and be milked by Nigerian security agents that governors will actually command to be on the street, mounting roadblock against you and your day-to-day activities? When kidnappers comes, they will deal with you. Speaking of kidnappers, let me show you this so that you understand that it is not safe for you to allow yourself to be used. It's not safe. If you are the more you are trying to do that, to work in line with the governors and the government of Nigeria, in the name that you are, oh, our governors don't talk, we say make we no listen to them. The governor saying go bring army, he go bring navy, he go bring now the same governor who couldn't provide security that we do something meaningful. Listen, let me after this video, then we can call it, we can end it. Okay, now listen. This woman we are watching here is going somewhere. Okay, she's going somewhere, and watch what happened here. She is almost in the gate, and from nowhere an armed group. This one they said is an army man, military officer, working with some bandits or Fulani herdsmen or terrorists. I don't know. This is CCTV that according to the people that captured this video in Delta State. Now, the governor of the Delta State couldn't do anything to provide security. And mind you, most of these guys are supposedly security officers that they are promising you to come out, there's no problem. They are using them to do their business because there's a huge amount of money coming out from kidnapping. In Nigeria, it is one of the most dirty, lucrative business in Nigeria. So they are using that to make money. You cannot imagine when, after capturing one person like this lady, if she survived, if she have any family member, they will make the family maybe 10 million, 20 million. These activities here, you are seeing here, we attract millions. Okay, we attract millions for these hungry looking individuals because of this innocent woman who did not commit. The only offense that she committed here is that she's going home or going to maybe her friends home. You can imagine when armed, able men or guys, well loaded with sophisticated weapon, AK-47 and what have you, surround her as a woman. What do you think she would do? Look at, she's moving from here, going. Watch out. Tomorrow, if this one happened, in every state, we saw the one they did in College of Education in Enugu State. Look at. She nearly entered this house. Then you ask yourself, how do they know that somebody is passing here? You see how dangerous it is to move around in Nigeria? You see how dangerous it is, especially in Southeast. This is Delta State, in Biafran land. So when Biafran Liberation Army engage them, people will say, oh, you are creating problems. Look at it. These are northerners. Okay, in fact, let me allow the volume. The voice of the people that you are hearing are those inside. Because somehow I don't believe this is a CCTV. I believe that this could be a video, or maybe CCTV, I don't know. But people captured it from afar. Look at when the lady is coming from this way. Now, pay attention.
Ah, Jesus. I don't know it. AK-47. Don't say Abusa people. See this guy don't cover. See AK-47. Now the couple live first now. This one not be secret. See Pompi. Make us say vigilante there now.
Let me say, Latte made the walk, made the waka this waka. Say, they don't carry a bag. A bag with this.
Bless the phone.
Everything.
Jesus. Bless it. Say, I'm not saying. God, they know. They twist the gate. This time they went. Where the gate? Now, God, they say. Where?
So people that are these guys, because live viewers are different from video like this. Some of them, they detect that two of these people, four guys, two of them are soldiers. Working with who? Their brothers in the bush, facilitating their movement. You remember when this man, former army general, retired army general called T.Y. Danjuma, said that Dadami and Kolu, they are facilitating the movement of this terrorist group, armed group. These are part of it in Biafra land. And when you talk, they will tell you, imagine Igbo people having armed group in the north, going from villages to villages in the north, kidnapping northerners girls, stopping hand, just doing this in the north. Okay, imagine armed group originated from Igbo land in Yoruba land, going after their farmland. Imagine everywhere will be like kill them. Do you imagine the kind of the program that Yorubas will be doing on the Twitter space and all that, or even in the Northerners? I'm not saying that doing this is justifiable. What I'm trying to tell you is that the hatred cannot stop you from knowing what you know if you're actually telling yourself the truth. Or maybe the hatred will not stop them from doing what they want to do. Maybe they pretend they love you sometimes, but the hatred is there. When you hate yourself, that one is even worse. Some of them, oh, I'm not Biafran, I am from Ikwere, I am from this, I am from Abo, I am from Iseluku, I am not as you are doing that, your land is being captured. And you can just imagine this lady for no just offense, and if she make it alive, glory be to God. We're not nobody. Can you imagine? Nobody's talking about her belongings, her phone anymore. No. Now, from what will save her is the grace of God, only God. Because sometimes after paying ransom as well, they will still buy the person just to harvest internal body system and all that. You know what I mean? So, my people, good morning to you guys. Good morning to you, and see you again. Bye for now. We are going to end it here. We are going to come back, of course, but take care of yourself this morning broadcast. See you again, and don't forget to like the video. We have spent almost 1 hour on this broadcast, and only 15 people managed to click on the like button. If you are one of the people on the like button, God bless you so much. If you are not, thank you so much for not liking the video. God bless you. Bye for now.